plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah.
I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop.
And hello everybody. It is I, Mr. Mike, and welcome to this remarkable, amazing video that I am hopefully gonna get done correctly, because I know a few other times I had some technical issues, and I think I fixed every technical issue I could fix for now. We'll see about the next time. I'm recording this, a week ahead of time for the video, but I still got some recordings and stuff that I got to do for the next couple of days, game-wise, streaming-wise, because it's, used to be E3 week, but it's the Summer Game Fest, and yeah, been having some technical issues, like on Friday when I was trying to stream my gameplay of Star Trek Resurgence, and my camera wasn't working right. I think it is a lighting issue. I don't know. I messed with everything. I've been doing everything. So today, I'm recording this a week ahead of time. This is my Mr. Mike Reviews, the Rog Ally. It's been a year, folks. It's been 1 year, or I should say right now, pretty much technically. As you're watching this video, when it drops, it's been over a year. It came out June 13th, 2023, and that was the Rog Ally, which you can see here. This thing, which I bought, I have it over here. Can't really show you because it's off to the side, and I said to myself, well, I'll keep this off to the side because I am capturing from it. As you can see in this video here, I am actually capturing from my Rog Ally, and it seems to be doing a pretty darn good job. I actually have a wireless Xbox Bluetooth controller attached to it, series controller, I should say, attached to it, or not Bluetooth attached to it. Let's just say wirelessly attached to the Rog Ally, because you can do that. And I set up a few things with it, and I wanted to do this video because it's been 1 year since you're watching this to the day. Like I said, I'm recording this a little ahead of time, of me owning the Rog Ally. When I first got it, super excited. It was the first time, early time that one of these devices has ever been put out on the market that I know of. At least one of the biggest. There might have been maybe some other slightly knocked off-ish kind of ones. I don't know who would have made them. But basically, Asus made, in my mind, and everybody else, X-nay that. Okay, so technically, this isn't the first device that was out. A year-ish before that, we had the Steam Deck. So, X-nay that, folks. X-nay my little biasness. Yes, we had the Steam Deck from Valve out a year ahead of this. Or basically a year. Has it been was it a year? Basically a year? I think it was like almost a year. And Asus says, oh, that Steam Deck's pretty good. Why don't we create our own and make it so that you can play all your games on there, your PC games, because the Steam Deck runs SteamOS, which is basically Linux, a form of Linux, which they use a program called Vulkan. It's an emulation thing called Vulkan. They can emulate a lot of games, get a lot of games playable in Linux that are PC-based games and such. Not every game works well or works perfectly with Vulkan, but it does a very good job, I hear. I do not own a Steam Deck. I was planning on getting a Steam Deck at first as my first handheld gaming device because I'm like, ooh, play my PC games in my hand. But the only problem was I would have to play all the games, or would have to be Steam games because they don't have Xbox Game Pass or anything on on the Steam Deck. And I was like, well, maybe because I heard that you can side load Windows and stuff, even though that was still in early phases, and still I don't think they fully got it up and running, unless if maybe some people did, but there was no audio to it and stuff, codec. There was a lot of stuff you had to do to get Windows running up and running properly on the Steam Deck for like a side load or something, and it seemed like a little bit of trouble. And I said to myself, well, why don't I wait till like the second Steam Deck comes out, the next gen Steam Deck, as you will, because I would think maybe they would work something out with Microsoft or something to get Game Pass on there, or maybe even have it better support for side loading Windows or something on there. So that was what I was originally hoping for, and then I found out that Asus, which, I trust Asus. I know they had some issues. What other people were saying, they had some issues with them with some of their motherboards and chipsets and stuff. I never had any problems with Asus hardware before. I used Asus tech for a long time for my motherboards, graphics cards, etc., you name it. So I always trusted Asus as a good brand for me for my PC parts and monitors, stuff like that. So I said, oh, okay. So they announced this Rog Ally, and they're talking about it. And then when I saw the picture of this thing, as you're seeing on the screen now, it runs Windows. It runs full-blown Windows 11, even though I'm not it's okay. Windows 11 is growing on me, but it's not the best. I still like Windows 10. I still use Windows 10 on this main machine here, even though eventually I'll probably have to go to Windows 12 or something down the road. But anywho, runs Windows 11. It looks like a giant, like an Xbox controller. Technically, it looks like this Xbox controller, but split apart, screen in the middle, and I was like, ooh, that's really exciting. It's a handheld computer, touch-based screen and everything on there. It has some back analog sticks and stuff, but I was like, oh, this is like an Xbox controller. And it runs Windows. It's a computer that runs Windows. And supposedly this thing's supposed to run PC games and such, or whatever, your Game Pass games, your Steam games, your Epic games, your Nvidia games, etc., anything that your PC can run, this thing can run. So I was very intrigued, and it was coming out June 13th, 2023, as I remember, because it was the day before my birthday, and that will always live in my infamy because my birthday, as you're watching this today, is my birthday because I am posting this video on my birthday. And I remember last year getting this the day before my birthday when they were coming out with it, and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a great early birthday gift for myself. So I found out it only had 512 gigabytes of RAM, storage in there and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be full up pretty quickly, especially with Windows. And then I found out ahead of time before getting this device that there was a way to just open up the back and pop out the hard drive, the solid state M.2 drive, and pop in another one, which you have to get a special one. It's one of those little like memory card ones. It's not like the stick of gum, the little bit bigger ones. It was the regular, like a little actual memory card looking one, and it cost a bit more, but they had them up to 2 terabytes. Which one? It was a Seabrint one I bought, a Seabrint, and they said it was compatible with the Rog Ally before it came out. They knew it was going to be compatible, so I purchased that for like, what was it, like $300. So you're talking about this device which is $699. Don't look at that upper price there. That's the cheaper one. That's the one you don't want to get for the Rog Ally. That's the one that doesn't have the Z1 Extreme chip in it. That is the base one. You don't want the $399.99 one. The one you want is the $699 one, and that one's a bit more expensive. This is the 1 terabyte one, but yeah, you want the Extreme here. You want this Extreme one, the Z1 Extreme. With 16 gigabytes, 512 memory, if you wanted to get that, you know. Now, I'm going to be talking about something different in a little bit in this video, but all in all, bought it, set it up. Before playing any games on it or anything, I installed the new solid-state drive to it, which was a breeze. I even have the video up on YouTube about it. It was a breeze to open up the back. Even though they said it wasn't really user accessible, it was pretty easy to do. Just unscrew the back plate, pop out the drive very carefully. Watch out you don't shock anything, because there was other like little cables around it, and popped in the new one. And then the hardest part, which I found out a little later when I installed Windows Dirty on it, and then I found out, oh, instead of installing Windows via USB, I should have went through the Rog Ally Update Center, which I didn't know Asus had a back channel for, but I used the back channel to reinstall Windows via the internet, which eventually got working. At first it wasn't working. I was having some issues with it, but eventually I got it working. I installed Windows Clean the second time. I didn't. So if you're going to pop in a new drive into this, into one of these Rog Allies, a new solid state M.2 drive into these, make sure you do it via the Asus back channel updater or Windows updater. Don't use a flash drive or something to update it like I did the first time, because when I did that the first time, it was running into some unstable stability issues and stuff. It was a little unstable with stuff. Games weren't working right. It was a little bit of and that was only because I took it off. I cloned it from the one drive and I was going to put it on the other drive. That did not work out so well. I don't know why, but it did not work out so well. So all in all, I just let it copy everything over from their internet download page. When it checked this thing, it downloaded everything, download Windows 11, all the settings and stuff, updated everything, and then everything was running, decent. Now this is this is a first gen product. This is the early stages of Armory Crate, which is their software that, as you can see here, this is their software that you can take your games and click on them and play them off of this. That's what that stuff is for. So basically, I took that stuff, got my games installed. I got Game Pass installed, Steam installed, put on some games, started playing them. Noticed they were a little wonky and janky. It's starting up. Originally, I had to have the game icons on the desktop in order to launch them correctly, because Armory Crate wasn't launching the games correctly at first. And I had to tweak a lot of settings to get the games to play and run perfectly, which is not hard at all. You just have to go into the side Armory Crate settings panel, and you can adjust how much wattage you want for your CPU to go, and CPU and graphics to go, how much memory you want to use, and all that's great stuff. And a lot of people, normal gamers, normal console handheld gamers, are probably just going to want the experience. They're not going to want to actually mess with anything. This, as I said before, is a device that is for PC gamers that are used to playing around with settings and stuff, and used to messing around with stuff, getting their games to work well, whatnot, so what. So over just a few months after the Rog Ally, and after me playing with it a little bit and figuring stuff out, figuring how to configure some stuff, learning the device itself, over time, they were updating like crazy. They updated this for everything. Starfield, they had patches for. They had it for a lot of stuff, because originally Starfield ran like shit on this device, and then eventually it started to run very well. And after the patch, which patched in a weird way, you got to download the Asus App Center. It's like a Asus upload App Center. I forgot what it's actually called. It's a Asus Updater or something. There's a separate app on your system for that, and it installs like super patches like that to get your Rog Ally ready for newer games and stuff. You know, stuff that AMD doesn't usually push patches out for, because it's all about the AMD chipset being able to run the games properly, and Asus is patching them with AMD and for AMD for their own device because they're supporting this device themselves. And they've been pretty damn good. And like I said, over the months, the few months of operation of when I started owning it, I noticed a lot of improvements to Armory Crate, a lot of improvements to the games being launched on it, a lot of improvements to the whole interface, using it with Windows 11, all that stuff. Even Microsoft and Xbox division were noticing and paying attention to the Rog Ally. And then a few other competitors came out, like MSI's Claw and stuff like that were coming out, and they were paying attention, so they decided to help formulate like Game Pass, stuff like that, to work better with smaller touch-based devices and the Rog Allies and stuff like that, and make a better interface and make the games run better. And like I said, over time, I think maybe even half a year in, this device became a very solid device. So solid that when I put on a new game onto this device, you know, new game, old game, I put on a lot of new games. Like I put on, when it came out, I put on Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which is a big game. It's very gorgeous. It's very technical. I put it on there day one, played and ran flawlessly. I didn't even have to bump up the power too much on it or whatever. I kept it at like, what was it, 15 watts? I don't think it was at 25 or 30. I forgot what it was. It's at the second stage of the wattage. I think that's 15 watts of power and stuff. And it ran beautifully. And I played most of the time. If I wasn't playing on my computer, I was playing. I was definitely playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on my Rog Ally. When I was doing my leveling up and stuff, when I was doing like boss battles or should I say dungeon battles and stuff and leveling up my characters, I would, instead of having this big giant PC running all the time and just grinding and wasting tons of electricity, I was playing that amongst other games on my Rog Ally and grinding it out on the Rog Ally for hours, because the Rog Ally doesn't use as much power as a big beefy $4,000+ PC that I built that sucks more power than anything else in the house. So, yeah, it is a powerful little device. It is not as powerful as like an Xbox Series console or PlayStation 5 or anything like that. It is more powerful than a Switch, I can say that. It's just right in there. It's like your budget, bare budget, gaming PC, around that. It's your budgeted gaming PC. I would say it's around that. Sure, the only thing that ever really truly bothered me about the Rog Ally, owning it for all this time, was probably that it had its memory. Its memory here, and I'm gonna look at the right one here. I'm looking at the 690. Okay, that's on this side. I don't want to compare this, so X-nay that. Can I X-nay that? No. Yeah, but they're going side by side. So the only thing that really hindered it, now like I said, this has way more teraflops, up to teraflops, and it has a more CUDA cores and stuff and wattage base. But the only thing that ever bothered me was the memory here. Now, these Rog Allies, like I'm not even gonna mention the baseball one. I mean, the only one you should get is the extreme one, or when I talk about the next one, 16 gigabytes of memory, doesn't matter what type of memory for a Windows-based device, is very low. They should have had at least 32 at the start, and I was saying that for a long time, and it's the only thing that I felt like was kind of holding back the system a little bit. But still, even with only 16 gigs of RAM on this thing runs beautifully with games and such. So, and all the settings it has the best, has like the latest, greatest Wi-Fi 6E. I know they got Wi-Fi 7 just coming out, but Wi-Fi 6E, 802.11ax, blah, 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 triple band, Bluetooth 5.1. This thing came fully loaded. Another thing people were complaining about, of course, was the battery life was like less than 2 hours on this thing, playing a game, most PC games on this thing. I never cared about that because I just plug it into the wall. It was never a bother for me because it's a USB-C plug-in. You plug it in. I got an extension USB cable where I plugged it into the wall. I'd plug in the extension cable, and I'd play it anywhere. I'd play it on the couch. I'd play it outside, and it never bothered me. The Roar Sync lighting features it has on there. It has light up buttons and stuff, like all this stuff lights up. I don't really care about that stuff. I don't care about any of it lighting up or anything. It does have the features that light up. I think that's just added, I don't know, a little bit of trash to me. I turned all those off because those were annoying when everything was flashing and lighting up and all that. I turned off all the Roar Sync stuff. But as a device, it was solid. It is solid now. Like I said, I don't use any icons on the desktop anymore. Armory Crate launches games perfectly. If it's a brand new game or something, or an application of some sort, and you wanted to use the control pads on the system itself, or even like I said, a secondary controller like this, it'll ask you, when you first launch that new app, do you want to use the gamepad controls? Do you want to use the desktop controls? Do you want to use mouse and keyboard? What do you want to use? And 99.9% of the time, I'm like, I want to use the gamepad controls. So it asks you and it configures it. So when you go into that software, it's able to use those controls, which I found out using emulators and making sure those emulators are seen by Armory Crate. I noticed that was a feature that came in very handy to get my emulated games to run, and I was able to start playing them on my Rog Ally, because I was wondering, why can't I play these emulators on my Rog Ally? Why isn't the controls working? I was wondering for the longest time, and then I found out you put the app, there's an app thing where you can add apps and games to your Rog Ally Armory Crate list. Once you do that and you launch it in there and it asks you, do you want to use the gamepad? It takes over that with that interface, telling the software or your emulation software, this is what you want to use for your gaming controls for your emulators and stuff. Sure, you got to do a little bit of extra stuff with your emulators because they're emulators and you got to configure a little bit of the buttons and stuff like that. But all in all, I got some emulators up and running. And there's a bunch of emulated games that I wanted to play for the longest time, or I do have game systems, but I just don't want to be pulling them out and starting them up, dusting them off, starting them up, plugging them in, all that stuff. I can play all right here. And I'm going to show off some of that stuff today, along with some games, showing you that this Armory Crate is still the bee's knees, that it's still top-notch till this day. This thing is top-notch till this day. And if you watch my original review on this and all the stuff I talked about the Rog Ally, it is 1,000 times better than it was before. Asus has taken care of us Rog Ally gamers very well. They've been updating this system, this unit, so much. They've been doing tons of updates to Armory Crate behind the scenes for CPU usage, RTS, what should I say, DLSS usage, the DLSS equivalent with Asus, the graphic settings, all that stuff. They've been cranking out as much power as it can to play your games as best it can without sacrificing power or stuff like that, or heating up. And a lot of people said, there were some issues with the heating up of the device or the heating up of the memory card slot. I don't know. I never really noticed that. Now, note I don't really use the micro SD card slot that much. I mostly just use my 2 terabyte internal drive that I installed in it, which is perfectly fine. That's a lot of space for a lot of games. I still haven't filled it up, and I got a ton of games and emulators on here. But this little device can do it. If you want to sometimes get away from your giant PC like I do, you want to save some on your electric bill, whatever, and you want a game on the go, the Rog Ally is it. Over 500 nits of screen brightness, meaning you can go outside and bright sunlight and stuff, and you can see the screen on this thing. Compared to if you take a Switch outside, you can't see that even if you up the brightness on that Switch all the way. You can't see it. Most laptops, you can't see the laptop screens because it's so bright outside, you can't see them. This thing, I go outside, doesn't matter if it's full sun or not, I can see the screen. Now, note, I mostly play this more in the shadier area, but the screen gets super bright. Even in my house, I have to turn the brightness down like all the way on this thing because it's so bright. And I'm like, shit, I don't need you that bright, mister. I could turn it down all the way to like 1 or 2, and it's still super bright. And I'm like, it's beautiful. And it's not even an OLED display. It's just your basic display. It's like a 240 hertz. What do they call it? I'll look in here while I'm here. IPS level display, glossy display. That's all it is. 7-inch FHD 19 by 20 by 1080, which is a great screen size. Uses Gorilla Glass, touch screen refresh rate 120 hertz, 7 millisecond response time, brightness level is 500 nits, free sync premiums, stuff like that. Like I said, it's a great display for not being an OLED display, and that says a lot about that screen. Asus put an amazing screen. Now, note down the road, whenever they make the second Asus Rog Ally, I mean the Rog Ally 2, not this updated one I'm going to talk about in a second, but the Rog Ally 2, the real official one. I wonder if they're going to pop in a OLED screen in the next version, and maybe some Hall effect sticks. Not that these sticks has ever failed me yet, and I played a lot of games. I played fighting games, racing games, all sorts of games on this Rog Ally, and these sticks still feel great. They feel great. You can synchronize them. You can do whatever you want. You can change. They say you can pop them out and change them. I never have to do that. They also said in the Armored Crate software, you can adjust how they feel and how they handle in games and stuff. I barely had to do any of that stuff. I turned the sensitivity like way down on them because I didn't need much sensitivity in them. I noticed they're very good controls, as I gotta say, and the button layout is amazing. It's just like playing an Xbox. If you like playing your Xbox and using that controller, this is it. Just a little bit wider, and you got a screen in the middle. And the sound comes out of it is very good. It's not tinny or anything. It's very good. I mostly, sometimes when I'm outside, I like to hook it up to my Bluetooth earbuds, and I'll listen to that in there. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like to listen to the sound right from the device itself, and it doesn't bother me. It's a clear, crisp sound and stuff coming from all the games. And this is just an amazing running device. Like I said, the lack of battery, stuff like that, and the memory. Otherwise, it is a near perfect device in my case. And, even though I'm not the pickiest guy, I think having a handheld and I can hold it and play it for hours and hours and hours and not be like, oh, this thing is so weighting me down or it's hurting my wrists or anything. This has felt very good in my hands, and it works flawlessly. Like I said, it's light, it's flawless, it's a beautiful device, and at $699.99 or a bit more if you want to buy that 2 terabyte drive to it, I think it's well worth the price of admission if you want to play PC games and stuff or have your handheld to be an Xbox Game Pass device on the go. Now, going forward, before I show off the games and how they're playing on this thing, how the emulators are playing on this, I want to show it off a little bit before we get off the video. I'm not going to make it's going to probably be an hour-long video, but I don't want to make it too long. There's a second Rog Ally out, or coming out soon. I think it's coming out in, what is it, August? We'll see here. It's called the Rog Ally X. It's just a basic upgrade from this. Actually, I did a lot to upgrade it. It's not the true sequel, and they even said it over at Asus that this isn't a true sequel to the Rog Ally. This is just a refresher, a 1-year refresher of the Rog Ally since this one. And it is going to be a bit more money, and they do pack a bit more power into it. It's called the Rog Ally X. I've been following this very closely for a while, and it has pretty good specs. It's going to start at $799.99, or actually it's only going to be $799, not $79.99, so $800 for it. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a little expensive compared to $699 from the other Rog Ally. Well, they pack in some extra stuff into this. It still has the same Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, the same display, but they added more to the memory. And they added 12 gigabytes times 2 of LPDDR5 memory on board. So you're getting 24 gigabytes of memory on this unit. That's why it says 12 gigabytes times 2, because I guess they got 2 things of memory in there, and it's dual channel memory, and it is gonna run a lot better with games and applications and stuff. When you're running like Armored Crate, Xbox Game Pass and stuff, and then you're running a few games, or if you want to run something behind the scenes or something, it's going to run a lot more efficient. 16 gigs on the Rog Ally is okay. Like, I've been using this thing for a lot of games, a lot of big heavy base games, but I always said, shit, if this thing had at least up to 32, I know they're only doing 24, but if it had up to 32, that'd be butter. That'd be butter smooth. A lot of things would run better. The graphics, the memory. I know a lot of people like to say different. They're like, oh, memory isn't an issue with that. It's more of the CPU and the graphics processing power in the machines that really change the games and stuff. But what they don't understand, that stuff needs the memory to help put it in there to run the games, to create those graphics and arts and stuff. So I always felt like, oh yes, putting in more than 16 gigs of RAM in our Rog Ally and the Rog Ally would do a lot better. And they actually, I don't know if they listen to me. They must have listened to somebody, because they're putting in at least 24 gigabytes into this Rog Ally, this new Rog Ally, which I think is a definite step up, a little step up. It's not 32. Like I said, I hope the next generation one has more, but it is a decent step up. 24 gigabytes of super fast onboard dual channel memory. That's going to make games and applications run a lot smoother and a lot faster. So that's going to help a lot when you're installing brand new video games and stuff, and its longevity will go even farther than what my device might do. Having a terabyte of on storage instead of the 512 gigabytes of this one, right? Yeah, instead of 512 gigabytes, having a terabyte, giving people a terabyte, yes, a lot better. They could put a lot more games on it. They don't have to worry about Windows as much. And it's a standard 4.0 NVMe drive, M.2 SSD 2280 drive, meaning it's an actual one of those stick of gum M.2 drives. So basically, and they even said the back panel can come off a lot easier now. They made it user accessible, more user accessible. So you can take that off. You can take that 1 terabyte off, and you can potentially put in one of those 4 terabyte M.2 drives in there. So you can bump that storage up to 4 terabytes in this Rog Ally and this Rog Ally X, which is very phenomenal, because then that means you can definitely put on the games, whatever, you don't ever have to worry about Windows or game storage space ever ever. Because you're not going to play that many games unless if you got a 4 terabytes of emulated games to play. I can understand that, but you can put in a regular M.2 drive. That's what I was hoping for too. A lot of people like me were hoping that they would do that, and going forward, I hope they continue to do that. They had to move around stuff on the main board itself for the device, but that's okay. That's pretty cool. I'm very happy about this. Everything else is still, I guess, staying the same. Everything's still the same. The battery, bigger battery. The other one was like 40-watt-hour battery. This is an 80 watts per hour battery. A little bit, there's more battery in the device, meaning the device, the ROG Ally X, is a bit heavier, but people wanted more battery, so that's what they're getting. They're getting more battery and battery life. Like I said, everything else should still remain the same. No, built-in fingerprint reader, all that stuff. Everything but, like I said, more memory in there, a larger storage capacity. Plus, you can add better M.2 drives in there easily, up to 4 terabytes, because that's all they make. I think they make them at right now. And like I said, bigger battery, which, like I said, that was never a big issue for me. I know a lot of people don't want to play a device with being plugged in and stuff. I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't want my device always plugged in. I want to have it used up wirelessly. Well, if you think about it, even if you had a gaming laptop or something, that would only run for 2 hours or something, if that. You know, these things use a lot of memory, a lot of power, stuff like that to run a game on a gaming device like this. But what they did with this upgraded version for $800, I think that's a decent upgrade for what you're getting, what you're paying for. I think they're doing an excellent job. They did it, or I should say, they're doing an excellent job of making this ROG Ally X something that, okay, you're going to be spending a little bit more money, but it's an actual good bump and an upgrade. Now, if you don't want to spend $800, like you're still strapped on cash for some reason, or you just really think that's not something that you want to do, get the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme Edition that I have. Don't go with the regular one. No. Don't go with the $400 one. Go with the Z1 Extreme like I have, and you should be just fine. You should definitely be just fine. Now, another thing would be, people would probably be questioning me after this video and saying, hey, Mr. Mike, are you going to get this ROG Ally X and upgrade it from your ROG Ally Z1 Extreme? And I am going to say, onto that note, probably a big fat no. And the only reason is because my ROG Ally Z1 Extreme is just fine for what I need it for now. Now, would I really like to get the ROG Ally X? Oh, damn right, yes. I think that's a pretty good bump up. I think I'd probably be having even more fun with that because I know the memory and stuff would be higher level. Plus, it's in black. I like the black of it. I like white too. My white ROG Ally is good. But unless if I can find somebody to buy my ROG Ally, at least give me like $600 for my ROG Ally, because it's still, like I said, I got 2 terabytes in there. I got everything's upgraded to the max on this thing. If I could get at least $600 for my ROG Ally, then I'd definitely go and get myself a ROG Ally X. But I'm thinking no. I think if I can't sell my ROG Ally to go upgrade to this ROG Ally X, I think I'll just keep my ROG Ally and say, nah, I'm not gonna spend another $800+ because I would spend more than $800 on this device, not just because of sales tax, but the fact that I would have to buy that 4 terabyte M.2 drive for this thing right away, because of course I'm going to want all the drive space I could ever want for all the games I want, because I'm a greedy bastard, and then of course I would want all the latest and greatest. But I'm also thinking a year or two down the road, Asus is just going to come out with the sequel to the ROG Ally, because they they're probably selling a good number of these Rog Allys as is. This Rog Ally X was probably going to do pretty well. I hear a lot of other portable gaming devices are doing well, so I might just wait till the next version of the Rog Ally to get the actual next leap in portable gaming technology, which probably is a better CPU, GPU, probably 32 to 64 gigabytes of memory, I would hope. Maybe they'll have two variants of that. And if they had a 64 gigabyte variant, of course, I would get that version. Of course, the M.2 drive, maybe they'd have one where you could pop in two M.2 drives and I can pop in two 4 terabyte drives into that sucker, and have a lot of battery life and whatnot. And then have maybe 3 USB-C ports. That's another thing about this Rog Ally X that I thought was cool as well. This has 2 USB-C ports on it, where my Rog Ally X has 1 USB-C port, and you have to put like an adapter or something to get extra USB ports onto it. Otherwise, it has that graphics port onto it. So if you want to plug in an external graphics card or something, which I don't think many people were doing, that's why they took it out and they just put a USB-C, another USB-C on this Rog Ally X, which was a great thing for them to do. That's another improvement which they did that I kind of liked about this Rog Ally X. And it is coming out. It's coming out soon. Of course, they're selling it exclusively at Best Buys. That's who they partner with this. And they're selling it on the Rog Ally store. But if you go to Best Buy, I guess it's coming out this, what is it, 7? So is it July? Yeah, because we're in 6, right? Yeah, so July 22nd. So it's coming up. It's the end of next month. And the Rog Ally X is going to be out on sale for anybody to purchase and play and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for it. Like I said, I'm not going to get one unless if I have a reason to. Like I said, this Rog Ally that I have here, the one I'm going to be showing off and stuff, my regular Rog Ally Z1 Extreme, like I said, I would have to sell it to somebody. If somebody's willing to pay me at least $600 for it, bada bing, bada boom, sure. I'll fork out the extra cash for the new Rog Ally X. I'll add, I'll buy a M.2 drive, a new M.2 drive for that, install that, do all the stuff, install my games and apps and settings, and I'll do all that again just to get that Rog Ally X. But I'm not just going to go out and drop $800 plus again when I already got a decent device. If I didn't own the Rog Ally, sure, I'd be definitely getting this Rog Ally X. But I own a Rog Ally, so I'm not going to get the X. So it's just not worth it to me right now, financially, to do that. Money's a little tighter, even though I could probably easily afford and pay for this over time. I'm not going to do that. I'll wait till the next latest, greatest Rog Ally, just because I don't need to right now. But it is coming out. It is coming out July 22nd. If you feel like you don't mind spending $800 or $800 plus, because I super highly recommend getting a 4 terabyte M.2 drive that supports the Rog Ally X. Make sure you find out it's the right thing, because like I said, you got to get where does it show it? Let me go to the tech specs here. You could go to rogally.com or rog.asus.com to find out. But it's an M.2 2280. So you got to get a 4.0 NVMe M.2 2280 card. So basically, I could just do this for you right here. Might as well. I'm on the computer. Let's go to Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. Let's pop in this right here. And here we go. We got how about a 4 terabyte? Because I know you got them in 4 terabytes. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So here, Samsung, perfect. That's the one you probably would want to get because it's probably the fastest, and Samsung makes damn good M.2 drives, unless if you find a Cyberent here. Also Crucial. Crucial makes great ones as well, but let's see. Samsung is a bit faster, I'm seeing. It's gaming heavy duty. Crucials is a little slower. Yeah, so yeah, $319 for a 4 terabyte M.2 2280 internal solid state drive. Yes, that's a lot of money, but that M.2 drives are not cheap. Solid state drives are not cheap, folks. But this would be the one I would definitely have to say recommend to get for that ROG Ally X. If you're gonna buy this and spend $800, and then you're gonna end up spending another $319.99 plus tax and shipping, or not shipping but tax, because it's free shipping usually on this stuff. That's the way I would go. I'd buy this, I'd buy the ROG Ally X, pop this into the ROG Ally X. You got yourself 4 terabytes of super fast M.2 drive, you know? So, yeah. Definitely. Something. But like I said, I'm going to wait till the next latest and greatest. I want to see a CPU, GPU upgrade, maybe even more memory, because I know I'm a little greedy on that kind of a thing. I want to see them to bump it up to 32 gigabytes right out of the box, or have two variants where one's going to be 32 gigs, one's going to be 64 gigs or something of memory in there. And of course, I'd buy the higher priced one with more memory in there. And then, like I said, I'll pop in a 4 terabyte drive into that, and But it's a great device. Still solid today, had no issues with it, and it has been giving me a lot of happiness throughout the winter. The summer, it's going to be beautiful because I'm going to be going outside more often, and because the weather is nice outside, I want to just be outside, sit on my deck porch, on my couch on my deck porch, and I'm going to just be playing my games outside, listening to the birds, the wind blowing in my non-hair, having fun with that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying on that. But it is a great device, and as you can see, it works pretty good even on this. It shows pretty good on my my screen here. So we're gonna quickly play a few games. I'll show off a few games and emulations things. It's gonna take, like I said, there is a little bit of wonkiness. It's mostly just with the emulations. That's why I got a few emulators on there. Sometimes you might want to get like a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard to help you along with some stuff, because the on-screen keyboard it's okay, but you got to bring it up by clicking on the on-screen keyboard here. Going to the keyboards. This is where I click the little triangle, the ROG Ally triangle on the left-hand side. That's what brings up this interface. It's like a side interface here where you can change your settings for your sound and your brightness for it, and you can change stuff like resolution, performance. I got it, like I said, I got a 15 watts, 60 hertz refresh rate. I could even bring up the refresh rate if I want, or anything. But that's where you can get the keyboard and stuff, and you can do a lot of stuff in that. But like I said, with some wonkiness with some of the emulation, which always is a thing, I always recommend having a mouse handy and stuff for that stuff. But we're going to go in. We're going to play some regular games. I got my Game Pass games, my Xbox games, and I got a few Steam games on here. You get to tell which is which because they have not only the cool pictures on here, and this is what Armory Crate does. They make this stuff really look good now, and I'm very happy about Armory Crate. And I'll go to full screen here. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. They make this really good, this interface now. It's very snappy. It's very quick to go to stuff, and it shows you what games there are, and they show you what service they're on. So, Cyberpunk I got on Steam. I got Spider-Man off Steam, and then you got a bunch of Xbox games and stuff here. And then, like I said, these unknown ones, those are applications, but they're basically for emulations and stuff. And then I got Steam and Xbox on here because they're just apps that you can have. You can have apps in your Armory Crate as well. You don't have to just have games. So if you want Microsoft Word, You could put that in Armory Crate if you want Microsoft Word, because don't forget, this is a gaming handheld PC, but it's also a PC, so you can actually use it as a PC. You can, like I said, you can Bluetooth connect a keyboard and mouse to this thing, and you can use it as your PC on the side as well. If you just want to do like Word and Excel documents and you want to hook it up to a big screen, you can do that. You can hook up an HDMI thing and hook it up to your HDMI port on your TV, and they even show it, and you can play your games on your big screen TV if you want to just use this as a console TV thing, and you can use it as a PC. So you could do applications, you could go on the internet, you could do your banking, you could do all that stuff. So just don't think of it as just a handheld gaming device. It's also a PC, so you could do PC stuff with it. So yeah, so I got a few games here. Let's go into one of my favorite games here, which I'm playing again, and that's Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm going to load that sucker up. Give it a second. Gonna see what it does in updates. Okay, whatever. Why is the cloud one newer than the one on the device? I'm gonna load up the one on the device because I don't trust the cloud one. Sometimes the Xbox Cloud is a little funky. I don't know why that would be newer than the one on the device. But I'm just gonna play this temporary. I'm getting the mouse off the thing because I have my mouse on right now. Get that off of there. But this looks and plays amazingly. Now, if I was playing off the Rog Ally itself, off the controls off the Rog Ally, that would be just beautiful. The screen, because I'm actually capturing this from the Rog Ally onto the PC, you know, it still looks beautiful. I'm just using an Xbox controller to play it, but what you can do, Bluetooth controller to your Rog Ally if you're playing on a PC. As you can tell, this is sounds really good. Looks really good. You know, I can bump up if I want to bump up the power to this thing, I can. If it gets a little sluggish, but it looks and sounds good. Look at that. Here's Kiryu. Let's get into a fight. I don't want to go into a mission, but I want to get into a fight. I'm sure there's some bad guys around here. I know I'm playing this on my screen, on my thing here. Here we go. Some bad guys. Hey guys, I want to beat you up. Got some Yakuzas to beat up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. And it looks good, sounds good. I'm playing this, it plays like butter. Oh. Yes, Kiryu. Hey, Kiryu. Oh, there we go. I forgot how to bring up my inventory already. I just want to... Here, I got bentos and stuff. I want to eat that. I want to build up my health. Nantoyosta. Oh, yeah. Okay, I brought up his health. But yeah, this game runs damn well on the Rog Ally, and it runs really good, as you can see on the PC. I have a blast playing this game. All these games, it's a bigger game. I better stop before I get into another fight. I'll save this. Yeah, I'll put in a new save. Why not? Okay, let's get out of this. Oh yeah, I gotta go to settings to get out of it. Return the title. Yes. Yes. It's gonna go back into the thing, which can I do on here? I can use my mouse for this one. How come my mouse ain't showing up? I'll have to do it on here. There we go. That's the only weird thing about PC games. You have to get out of them by swipe, which is good that you have a touch screen because you can swipe up on the touch screen in the game and it'll bring up your main menu here, and then you can go to close game through the window there, which is not a big deal. And then it jumps you back into Armory Crate, so it's not really that big of a deal. It's pretty cool. That's what I found out was really good. So yeah, that was Yakuza Kiwami. I know it's an older game. Let's see here. Maniac, that's your Steam game. Pal World works really good on this. That's a hungry game. That's okay. So everybody, that little transition there is due to the fact that I have changed the rest of this Rog Ally video because I previously recorded something different, which took way over 2 hours to do. And it was mostly me monkeying around with working with the game emulators and such, and working with some of the software. Due to the fact that the wireless controller wasn't really working well with a lot of the software and stuff, I decided I was going to just do it off the Rog Ally itself. So I'm redoing the second part of the video because I want to make it a little shorter, and I think I was just taking too long showing off what the Rog Ally was going to do with certain software. And I didn't have a lot of the games updated prior to that. So that was on me. So anywho, a little clever editing and stuff, I was able to just slice and dice, put this new video in the second part, and do a transition. So just letting you know that. And it's a little bit better now because now I can show you the Rog Ally as it's working, as it's being captured onto the video itself. So I made it even better because I have a nice little capture device here that connects into my capture card on my computer, making it a lot easier for me to play. Because if I'm not going to use my Bluetooth controller on this thing, which mostly I never really do anyways, you can do it. It works. I just had to tweak stuff. I didn't want to do that. So I mostly play just off the screen here, off the Rog Ally. So I'm going to continue on with this video and showing you guys off some more gaming software. I already showed you Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm going to show you some Pal World now, and I get to play it right off the screen, which is really cool. Thanks to USB-C being so awesome in delivery, that's how I can do this. So we're going to continue on, and then we're going to continue on with showing you off a little bit of Pal World and how this works in this on the Rog Ally. I like to bump it up to 25 for Pal World because it is one of those games where it needs a little extra oomph for the game to run, because Pal World does take a lot of system resources, and the Rog Ally handles it beautifully playing. So as you can tell, Pal World is running quite well on this. I'm just going to jump in a little bit, play a little bit, and then we'll jump out. We'll go on to the next game. We'll go on to Forza Motorsport, show off that game. That was the one game that took a while to load because of the shaders and stuff. In my last video, it took like over 20 minutes. Yes, 20 minutes. So, because, it's Forza Motorsport. A lot of car pixels and tires and stuff like that had to be updated. So that's why that was taking so long to do. But, got that all straightened out and making this video a lot better now. Trust me, you wouldn't have wanted to watch all the rest of that crap that I was doing in the last video, just waiting. Because it's, like I said, this is a mini portable computer, handheld computer, a gaming device, but still a Windows device. So stuff takes time. It's not like a console, which might take a little less, but hey, the gameplay proves itself. So we're in Pal World a little bit. I'll go around here, do a little... Let's see if I could do a little hunting or something here. Let me move the mic, because I wasn't really prepared to be doing a double duty here. This is my little pal world here. Got my pals. My little slaves here. Doing a due diligence. And there's supposed to be a Pal World update coming up. I don't know if it came out already or if it's just still incoming, but there's supposed to be an update for Pal World coming up where it's going to add like new areas, levels, stuff like that. But this game is fun. I like it. This is like Pokemon on steroids. That has a lot of Legend of Zelda in it as well on gameplay. And it plays very well on the Rog Ally. Very beautiful, very responsive. Got some stone there. Oh yeah, here's one of the big pals. I want him. I want this mammoth, but I don't have anything to... They're just very badass. Hey, buddy. Hey. I killed a pal. Look at the pal roll. Look at the rolling physics in this Pal World. Rolling physics, people. Got some chickens here. Hey, chicky, chicky, chicky. Boom. That's chicky too. Hunting for my chicken meat. Wow, you didn't know, you didn't see that, did you? Sometimes the chickens don't see what you do. Yeah, but it runs great. And this is a demanding game. It's not very much optimized. Even on PC, it runs very system demanding, should I say, with the system settings needed. Climbing a tree. Doo. Actually, I have a nice glider here. Could do some gliding. I just got to get my stamina up a bit. I got to level up on that. But, yeah, it's a fun game. I got to get back into this game eventually and play more of it. Especially when that update comes out. I want to check it out. I just got to do a better job at opening and closing doors. That's all. There we go. Close my gate. One of my pals are sleeping. Oh, he's angry. You're an angry pal. Why are you so angry, bro? Why are you so angry? You got this big, vast, beautiful area here, and you're so angry. Don't know why. That's one of my humans that I captured. Yep, Pal World, folks. Runs very beautiful on this. I like to always save up in my upper room here. Let's see here. Return the title. Yes, saves automatically. That's right, it doesn't have a save feature. It only saves when you close out of the game, which is weird, but... That's Pal World. Runs beautifully on the Rog Ally. Now we'll get into Forza Motorsport, and then we'll try to do these ROMs again. I got them working. I figured out how to... I configured them a little bit to get them to work better for like Dolphin, PSP, and stuff. So we'll try. We'll give those a try as well. Did I do Spider-Man yet? Did I show off any Spider-Man? Because that plays well too. We can do that after Forza. We'll do Forza next because this is a definite type of game where it demands a lot of horsepower and stuff. And the Rog Ally, even though this is the Gen 1 Rog Ally, it crushes it. It does a good job. It's not 100% perfect. You know, if you have a beefier machine like my main desktop here, of course you're going to get better graphics and such with that. But for a little device like this, being able to play Forza Motorsport on it, not bad at all, you know. And that's what I hope what they do for the next Rog Allies. They update a lot of that stuff. And I'll talk about that at the end of the video here on what I'm hoping for the next gen Rog Ally. Okay, we're just gonna do a quick race here. Quick event setup. Let's see, let's pick my green car here. We'll do a test drive. Well, I'll do a race. Why not? Yeah, let's do Daytona. Let's do morning. Let's do thunderclouds. Yeah, thunderclouds. Do 4 laps and we'll do 6 drivers. That's all I want to do. Well, just for a nice little test drive here, because I'm gonna suck at it because I haven't played Forza in a long time, so my gameplay skills are a little bit worse. But the funny thing is, playing Forza Motorsport on like a regular Xbox controller, like on my main PC or whatever, or on the Xbox, turns seem really crappy.
To build the
Playing
the Daytona International Speedway
playing
triangle in 1959,
Forza Motorsport on my Rog Ally, using the analog sticks on the Rog Ally,
then the excavator
turning
hole
seems a
was
lot
filled with
easier
water
in
to
Forza
form the
Motorsport.
blade.
I cannot explain it. It's like these sticks do a hell of a lot better job for me turning, and I cannot explain it. But here's what Forza Motorsport looks like on a Rog Ally. You know, it's not all on... Here we go. There's in the back cars, there's my car. As we're going to the races. Like, I feel a lot better playing on the Rog Ally. These analog sticks on the Rog Ally, they're really good. It's like I'm turning like butter. Now, when I was using the Xbox controller, I was bouncing all over the place on this game. As I pass everybody. Not doing too shabby right now, but I'll probably fuck up in a little bit. Looks okay, right? Looks pretty decent. It's a little cloudy. We got the nice cloudiness of this game. We're on the Daytona Raceway track right now. Just hearing and looking at it. It's not bad. I'm very happy with the performance, and playing this on, I'm looking at the screen right now, is just beautiful. I can even watch on my computer here. Oh, I got an achievement for some reason, flying. Go figure, I got an achievement playing this game, just testing it out here. Oops, see, there we go. Because I'm watching on the top screen here. Which, you know, the latency is like 0 when I'm having to capture it on my graphics, on my capture card here. I'm on 3 out of 4. I'm going to finish this race. Why not? Like I said, this game isn't bad. It looks pretty damn good for... I'm not seeing any of my other competitors behind me. Should watch the road more.
One more lap.
One more lap. Oh, I just love the analog sticks. It feels so good playing this. Like I said, I use a regular Xbox controller to play this game on PC or if I'm playing on the console, and I have the hardest time doing these turns. The Rog Ally sticks, I just barely tapping them. I'm barely tapping my left analog stick right now. Whoops, except for that, and I'm making these turns really easily, even though I did bump the wall a couple times, but that's because I'm just trying to show it. But, oh, it's so smooth like butter. And I finished first place. And I got an achievement. Oh, look at that. Another achievement. Nice. Far Cry. Who's that? Oh, I got some awards for this free play? Oh, I didn't know they give you rewards for that. Yeah, but that's Forza Motorsport. The latest one that they just came out. The latest, greatest. The PC version, of course, because this is the PC Rog Ally, and it plays very well on it. It looks pretty good too, right? Looks beautiful, right? I think so. So I'm showed off that. Now we're gonna show off the next game. We're gonna show off some Spider-Man. I think I showed this off before. I don't know. I don't remember if I was showing it off now or in the old video. Oh wait, it's gonna tell me no because I got another game running. Hold on, folks. I gotta shut down Cookie Clicker here. Sorry. I have Cookie Clicker running on my computer here, and Steam's like, no, you can only play on one device at a time, so I fully understand. Whoops, I didn't want to start PC. I didn't want to start PC Xbox, but it started. Okay, now we can get into Spider-Man, right? Let's see here. There we go. Waiting for network. Now it'll let me do it because I'm off my desktop. I'm not playing Cookie Clicker. I forgot about that. I forgot you can only have one Steam account running at a time. Same with Windows, too. Steam input games. Okay. I just want to play my game. Let me play my game. I want to play Spider-Man. Oh, there you go. There we go. Right? Is it loading? There we go. Oh, Steam. Same thing with Xbox Game Pass. If you're playing on your PC or Xbox and you want to play on your Rog Ally, you technically can't play the same game. You can't play the games if you're playing on one device or other. You got to sign out on 1 and 2. It's just so they don't have a whole family playing the same game because they want to make money off of you. So they want you to have a family Game Pass or something. But Spider-Man runs very well. When I did this video the last time, on the show prior, it did a really good job. So I just wanted to show this off because I don't remember if I showed it off yet or not on my video. That's why I'm doing this extra video because I don't remember if I showed this off or not. Show off how well this game plays and looks on the Rog Ally. So this is, like I said, the capture card is capturing everything real time off my Rog Ally. So the picture will look as good as what the Rog Ally can output video wise. Oh, do I got a mission here? Okay, I guess I fumbled into a mission.
Hi there, I'm Simon Krieger, and what you're standing next to is a new form reactor. Once activated, this reactor will supply enough energy to power all of Harlem. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, Simon, How is that possible? And the answer is new form. Just one canister of this revolutionary fuel source is enough to supply Harlem with clean, safe energy for the next 500 years. Soon, we'll be opening reactors throughout Manhattan, and then worldwide. Get ready for a planet powered by new form. Roxanne, we're here for you.
Okie dokie.
What was that?
Right.
No sign of anybody. They broke a bunch of stuff. Maybe they were looking for something.
What am I looking for here? Oh.
They did a search for new form. What were they gonna do with it?
Who's this guy? Oh.
Man, this night would just not quit.
Guess I gotta fight some bad guys.
Heck, it's unbelievable. But Venom totally wrecked it. Yeah, Yankee's right. Venom's a good name.
You can't stop us, Whitey!
It slows them down if I use my new Venom power.
We'll hold it here. Everyone else, get upstairs! We're gonna need backup!
Haven't seen you guys before. Nice glow sticks. Go ahead. Try and get it. What are these weapons? Memory metal? More of them up on the balcony.
I don't know, as Spider-Man, I suck at jumping up, climbing up there. Hold on. Oh, there's bad guys down here. How'd you guys get down here? I was gonna come up to you, meet you. There we go. There we go. I want to get up here with you guys. Boom. Boom. Shakalaka.
This yours?
Oh, can I? Yeah, I can throw them at them.
We want info on new form! Ignore everything else!
Boom.
You can't take out...
Hey, you at the plaza?
Uh-huh. You were right. It's a break-in. Sounds like they're after new form.
New form? The stuff in the reactor?
It's not installed yet. You're talking about chicken.
Weird. Super weird. Hey, I did that grocery shopping your mom wanted, but she's wondering where you are. Dinner's almost ready.
Dinner's almost ready.
Okay.
Guys, dinner's
I'll
almost
run
ready. You
up
gotta
and
let me
down.
get out of
Thanks,
here so I can just go home and eat some grub. Stop wasting my time. Yeah, what's that? Spider-Man's got some moves, people. And this runs very well on this Rog Ally. Hold on. I gotta up it on my screen a little bit. Come here, you. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Hey, buddies. What's up?
Spider-Man's here. I just can't move it by train.
You guys take
Oh, look at that. I threw that bomb right back at you guys. This game is pretty fun. I gotta play more of the Spider-Man games. This is a Steam-based game.
I hit Spider-Man. We can beat it. Don't let him hit you with his electricity.
The Tinkerer? Who's that?
Yeah, electrical. Next. Goodbye. Everybody down?
About new form shipments. Need to figure out what they found so I know where they're gonna hit next. They were tracking new form shipments. But why?
Yeah, why? Why were they tracking new form shipments?
Rock's on security. They can take it from here.
Gotta look into this later.
Gotta go home and eat. Gotta eat dinner there, Miles Morales.
I gotta get home.
Christmas dinner sounding pretty good right about now.
I'll look into that group and the new form shipments tomorrow.
Get home. Let him steer clear.
I wanna get up the
Don't want them
building.
thinking I'm the one who broke in. The Rock's off security's got this from here. What? Wait till they see this at work.
Oops. Alright, I think I'll end playing some Spider-Man for a little bit. Save the rest. Hopefully it'll save it during this checkpoint. Plays good, right? It plays very good. I'm still bad at being Spidey because I haven't played this game much. Only in testing and showing this off. So I played it a handful of times for the testing and stuff of the game and how it runs on the Rog Ally, and then I only played it just recently for you guys. It seems to play very well. Highly recommend that. And, you know, Spider-Man games are pretty demanding when it comes to having a good, fast, like, you know, fastish CPU, GPU. Solid state driving the Rog Ally does help a lot. Okay, so we're going to get into some, to end this up before I talk a little bit more about what I think what the next Rog Ally should be like and stuff. We'll try to play a little bit of these emulators here. We'll see. Like I said, I was having some trouble before, got them to work a little bit, back and forth. So let's see if I can turn on. See if I can play Rampage here. Okay, it's loading now. Let's hope I can play it. Because last time I couldn't play it because I was having issues. So it seems like the controller is working on this. We'll go through all this. Playing Las Vegas. So this is what was this? I think this was on the Wii when they redid this. Yeah, I think this was the Wii. When they had
looks like some really big time players are hitting the clubs tonight.
Yeah, I'm hitting the club all right. Hot dogs.
Just where is your dog? Freeze, you mutant.
Trying to destroy this building. And of course, these games are a little bit louder than... So we can turn this down a little bit here. There we go. And the rumble does work on it. So if you were wondering if you wanted a little bit of rumble out of your games, it does work. Okay, so this came out on the GameCube because it's showing a GameCube controller, but I thought this was also on the Wii. Could have been on the Wii. But it says it's a GameCube game. It's showing the GameCube controller.
Freeze, you mutant.
I think we're gonna need backup.
Eat 'em. Yum yum. Prime rib buffet. Not anymore.
Hold it right there.
I think we're gonna need backup.
The gold rush. Playing a monster and destroying everything.
Just where do you think you're going? Put me down, you devil.
Put you down in my stomach, alright. Boom! Blowing up the tower, yeah!
Traffic is crack-a-lackin', people.
Boom!
Reach the number that has been disconnected.
Woo! Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Free, you mute. All right, I'm taking you in.
How are you taking me in? Rampage, ultimate destruction. Yeah, wreck the casino. I am breaking this casino. Seeing I don't have to bring out my Wii to play this game. I can just play this game on my Rog Ally. It's a nice emulated.
Put me down, you big oaf!
Oh, hey!
Eating the people. Bye, Copper. Yeah, I don't like this building. Sometimes and it's just this game, sometimes it's hard to get these buildings broken down just right. There we go. What, does it go on to the next one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to quit. So, Rampage Total Destruction, I think it is a GameCube game, but it was also out on the Switch, or on the Wii as well, I think. Don't quote me on that, but let's see here. I can always find out. Rampage. It came out on... Oh, okay, it says GameCube. Okay, so yes, maybe I was wrong. I thought there was a Wii version of Rampage. But I guess not. I guess there was only this version. Okay. But very good. Now we got to get out of it. So we'll go back into the desktop mode. We'll get out of this. Close out Dolphin for a second there. Okay, so you've seen that. That works. That's on the Dolphin one. The one that wasn't working very well for me, but I got it to work anyways, is the PSP one. It also plays PS2 games. I can play some PS2 games. I was playing Mercenaries, World of Destruction and stuff like that, Ratchet & Clank, stuff like that. And then, you know, I got my other emulators. If I want to play like retro games like Mario Brothers, stuff like that, I can get into that for a sec. See if these work. I haven't tried these out yet. Let's see. We want Nintendo. Let us play. I got a ton of ROMs on this for this. Let's play Panic Restaurant. I do love me some Panic Restaurant. I'll just try to run it on this one. I forget. I don't know which one. One worked the best, but this is Panic Restaurant. This is my all-time favorite NES game back in the day. Gotta kill the chickens. Gotta get that money. Kill the carrots. So I'm playing an NES game. This came out on the NES. And, oops. I always get hit by that chicken. They like to respawn when you go back. These characters. Oh, I got knocked out. It's been a little while since I played this. I used to be a master at playing Panic Restaurant. I beat the whole game many times. I know how to beat it. I actually have some skill at it. The last time I tried to do a video on it, I did not beat it because that last boss is kind of tricky. He's the evil chef. But we'll play the level of this. Gotta get the spoon. And yes, when you see the graphics like that, when they were like clipping and stuff, that's just how they are. That's how this game was made back in the NES. Graphics weren't always, like you would notice them. Okay, this is the first boss. This is the popcorn boss. The trick is, gotta break him. And there we go. Collect all the coins I can. Before, when I first started playing this a long time ago, when I was a little Mr. Mike, that first boss was hard as shit. Now it's just like, oh, easy. Memory peasy. And then you even got slot machines in here. Oh, shit, we got gambling in this game. This is before they said, oh, gambling in games is bad. Oh, look at that. I got 3 hearts already. So you can play your NES games. You can play that. I still got a lot of coins. I'm going to get out of this. With using this emulator, this RetroArch, you can close out content easy peasy like. And then, of course, I could play Wii and GameCube games. But I noticed running these emulators, running them singly, like running them right straight from the emulation sources. Like if you go to Dolphin to play your GameCube and Wii games, if you go to PSX and stuff to play those games, it seemed just a lot. It seems like it runs a lot better with your controls and stuff. So that's why I got like Dolphin on here. I got SSPP on here and stuff like that. Because each one of these emulators, which you'll find out when you run them, sure, some of these emulators should be able to run other stuff like RetroArch and ESDE should be able to run like these other emulators within them. But they don't do a great job, and sometimes stuff doesn't work. So I noticed putting these in Armory Crate, make sure also all these emulators are in Armory Crate, running them straight from there, or loading them straight from there, I should say, they work a lot better. So I'm going to go into the PSP, which was not working before, at least with my external wireless controller, plus on top of it, it wasn't working with these controls as well because I was using the ESDS or the ES whatever emulator. Now that I'm running this under the SSPP emulator for these ROMs, God of War and all that runs just fine. Ooh, I gotta turn that down. Very loud. Sorry, it's very loud on your side too. Let me lower the sound on that. Sorry about that, folks. The game runs very, very loud. Very loud. But it works. It works. I will load this sucker up. and I'll play some of this God of War Chains of Olympus. On my Rog Ally. So you can see that I am playing this off the Rog Ally. Yep. So, as you can tell, the controls work on this. I got none of that. Also, the saves do work in these games. So if you want to save, these emulators do save your content in these games.
Suffering for years, Kratos, the once great general, now known as the ghost of Sparta.
Yeah, you can't fast forward through this sequence.
In return.
Oh. Okay, maybe I can. I hit the right analog stick. I bumped the right analog stick and it fast forwarded. So I guess you can do that. That's weird. I did not know that the emulator did that. So I was able to fast forward through that. So now I'm playing God of War. Yes, I know my controls. Yeah, this is the God of War I really like. Now I know they got the new, latest, greatest Kratos God of Wars, but I have to say they pale in comparison to this original God of War. I miss these types of God of War games, people. I don't know if you're with me, but I miss these types, and Sony should bring back these types of God of War games. 'Cause I like these hack and slash God of War games where I'm just fighting tons of enemies on the screen and doing stupid stuff here. This is the way it's meant to be played. And playing this PSP game on the Rog Ally, it feels really good. It feels good, it looks good, and it takes up the whole screen too, see? It shows it on the whole screen. So you gotta imagine the PSP was a lot smaller. It's like this much of a screen compared to this. This is a larger screen, and it looks and plays beautifully. Okay, we're pulling back. Fire! Yeah, we took out a ship. So you can fast forward by hitting down the right analog stick. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. So we'll just cancel out of that. Whoops. I did not cancel out of that. No, I want to cancel out of it. Here, I'll just do this. A lot easier for me. Just go into the main menu here. Close the window. There we go. I can close Steam as well. I don't need Steam open. Yeah, so here, let me quickly before I end this portion of it and I go back into talking more about the Rog Ally, why don't we play a little bit of a PS2 game so I could show you that even the PS2 is working. Now, I'm sure it could be able to play Xbox and stuff like that. I'm just going to skip this update. We'll play Ratchet and Clank here. Hopefully it's loading. I was playing this earlier. I think the software froze up. Like I said, emulators, folks. They're not always a guarantee. Did I get into Mercenaries? I think I hit Mercenaries by accident. Yeah, I didn't want to play Mercenaries. I wanted to play Ratchet and Clank. There we go. I played Mercenaries yesterday. I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I want to show off how Ratchet and Clank looks on the Rog Ally. Like I said, all running on off the Rog Ally. Cutscenes and all.
Welcome back to Behind the Hero. Tonight's heroes are the duo who recently restored peace and order to our galaxy.
Now this one's a little quieter.
So, gentlemen, tell us about your latest incredible adventures.
PS2 games are a lot quieter than the PSP counterparts.
Defeat, there were parades, press conferences, fancy dress balls,
and the wiener roast at Al's.
Does this fast forward?
And then things started to slow down a bit. After that, we...
Oh, I could just hit start. I just want to get into some of the gameplay and see how it is off the Rog Ally, because I want to get that Ratchet and Clank a Kraken Time. Is that what it's called? The latest one that they put out on PC. I want to still get that because that seemed really interesting and fun. Oh, it's like saving. Okay, that's my gun. That's my weapon.
To reverse the camera controls, go to the options menu.
Can I... What do I gotta do in there? Oh. Oh, I gotta do that. Alright.
To select weapons, hold triangle and select an icon. Press circle to fire your Lancer.
Hell yeah. I have never played this game before, so...
You've acquired nanotech. Your health has improved.
Yeah, my health has improved with nanotech. So, as you can tell, Ratchet and Clank PS2 games run very well on this as well. I'm getting a little bit of a screen tear on my Rog Ally screen. I don't think you can see that, but it's not bad. It's an alias, anti-alias issue. Maybe I can fix that in the emulator, but as I'm looking at it as on this main screen here, as I'm recording it and it's capturing to you guys, it looks smooth as butter. I don't see no screen tearing, so that's kind of weird. But it's still very playable, and it's not a big deal to me, because you can just play this game. That's pretty cool. Oh, there we go. I got out of it. So, yeah, I think I showed enough off of here. You know, gave you a smidget of a taste of what everything looked like. How about... I haven't put in Cyberpunk. Have I even played Cyberpunk on here yet? No, but... well, I think I did a little bit ago before, and then that ran pretty good too. But yes, as you can tell, depending on what games... are on this Rog Ally, they run pretty damn good. Everything runs very well on the Rog Ally, and like I said, if you're interested in a handheld gaming portable, should I say, and you don't mind using Windows and doing a little messing around, Rog Ally is just for you. I cannot recommend this highly enough. Like I said, it's been a year since I got it, and Armory Crate, which is the software that it's running in and stuff on Windows 11, runs beautifully. The controls are amazing. I'm sure you got to dabble in some stuff for certain games, and of course, if you want to play some emulated games on your device, yes, that's going to take a little bit extra work and stuff. But all in all, it is a solid machine to play your games on. This is a solid gaming handheld, and for somebody like me that likes to play a variety of games off a variety of platforms, it doesn't matter if it's a Nintendo platform, a Sony platform, Xbox, whatever. I know that they will run on this device, and they will run in far future for PC games and such. Like I said, I can go over to the websites again. Get the Rog Ally, not the cheap one, not this $400 one, which they will try to sell you. That's the one without the Z1 Extreme chipset in it. It has the Z chipset in it, which is a lot less powerful. It has way less cores, way less graphics processing and stuff like that in it. You don't want that one. You want the Z1 Extreme Rog Ally. It will run your games perfectly well. It is a fine device. What is it? Like $649, I think it is. We'll go to the Best Buy shop. Yeah, $649.99. So it's going to cost you like $700, and then especially like I said, when you get that's the M.2 upgrade. If you want to buy the M.2 upgrade for it, for your memory, for your hard drive space, because it only comes with 512 gigabytes. If you don't want to use the micro SD card slot, that's going to raise the price even more, depending. And those go up to 2 terabytes, I think, for those types of cards. Now, if you want to wait and you're interested in the Rog Ally and you don't mind spending the little extra money, well, a bit more extra money, I should say, $800, which you can get off the Rog Ally store or Best Buy and stuff like that. And then you want to pop in like a 4 terabyte M.2 drive, which when I looked up on the last time on the video, I looked it up on Amazon. It was like a little less than $300 for a 4 terabyte M.2 drive. Get the Rog Ally X. I would highly recommend it. If you're willing to spend the little extra money, this having 24 gigabytes of RAM in it does help it. I think, me personally, I know a lot of people doubt that, but me personally, I think having the 24 gigs of LPDDR5 onboard memory compared to just the 16 on the original, like I said, this has 12 times 2, so they have like 2 separate memory things, dual channel memory for this. That's going to help out your games and your system workings and stuff, because Windows will use more of that RAM and it'll run better. Your games will utilize more of that RAM and run better, and your graphics, onboard graphics will utilize that and run a lot better on your drive. And it comes with a 1 terabyte drive already in it, but like I said, for me, if I was going to do it, I'd buy another M.2 drive. I'd get a new one. I get one of these 2280 M.2 SSDs off of Amazon. I will go on Amazon again. It's probably still on here. If it's remembered what I was looking at before, maybe not. Okay, because usually it would. But if, like I said, if I type that in, you could get a 4 terabyte. Well, let me put in 4 terabytes. It's going to set you back, but Samsung has one for $321.02 here. They also have a Crucial one. But with the Crucial 4 terabyte drive, even though it's cheaper, it runs a little bit slower. So you want to make sure it runs faster. This Evo from Samsung, it is more expensive, the 990 Pro 4 terabyte one, but it runs at 7,450 megabytes per second compared to the 5,000 megabytes per second. So you're thinking like 2,450 more megabytes per second. That's a lot. Even if it wasn't that much, if it was like 600 megabytes per second, every little bit of speed counts when it comes to running games off your M.2 drives and stuff. The faster, the better. Even if your M.2 interface isn't capable of running higher speeds or past a certain speed, it's always good to get a faster speed drive, even though you're not utilizing all of it, because it'll just be that open end and there will be no bottlenecks compared to what you're going to run on for your games and stuff. And you want your games to be able to load and run and all that stuff very quickly when you're playing. And like I said, this has bigger battery life compared to the original Rog Ally. It has 80 watt-hours compared to 40 watt-hours, and it comes with 2 USB-C ports on it instead of the original, which only has 1, and it has that graphics adapter. But like I said, if you want to save a little bit of money, get the original Rog Ally. If you want to get the decent, latest, greatest one, get the LAX. You know, there's no problem on just getting the newest one that's coming out this August, July, right? It's coming out in July, right? I think it said July, right? Let me see here. Let's go. I think it said July. Yeah, 7/22, the end of July. So next month, not too far away, but yeah, if I didn't own a Rog Ally yet and I wanted something that plays PC games and Game Pass games and run emulators really good, I would definitely fork over a bit extra money and get this Rog Ally X. If it's something that, I don't really need, like I already have a Rog Ally, you're fine. You're fine. If you have the Z1 Extreme like I do, you're fine. You know, sure, it has less memory in it for, utilizing apps and games and stuff, but it runs just fine. It does that. But like I said, if I didn't own one, I'd probably be getting this edition of it, because it does offer a substantial amount of improvements, even though it doesn't have an OLED display, which I don't think it really matters because it's a beautiful screen. This thing has just a gorgeous screen to it. I know it's hard to tell on the camera, but beautiful, gorgeous screen to it. And, it's lightweight, all that. It's a little lighter weight than this newer model because the newer model has a little bit more stuff in it. But like I said, no problemo. No problemo on this. And it's fun. You can take it outside, play it with ease, play it inside. Before we end this video, like I said, I'm not going to purchase a new Rog Ally. Mine that I have right now from a year ago, just fine. Like I said, I spent a ton of money on this. I spent more money on it because I wanted the 2 terabyte drive instead of the 512 gigabyte drive. Highly recommend upgrading that. Unless if, like I said, you're going to buy a new Rog Ally, anyways, if you don't have one, or if your old one's just, I don't know, you give it to somebody else, sell it to somebody else, definitely get the X. If you're just wanting something for an upgrade, I would wait. Till the next gen Rog Ally. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till the next latest, greatest Rog Ally, because I'm sure they're going to upgrade the specs dramatically, hopefully. I would definitely we all want a better CPU, OSC on a chip, better CPU, GPU on a chip with more CUDA cores, stuff like that. I'm sure they are working with AMD and stuff to get one of these newer chips, these Z chips, to do even more down the road. With that, of course, I would definitely want my wish list on the next latest gen Rog Ally is, like I said, a better SoC on a chip, more memory. I want at least 32 gigs of onboard memory on the next Rog Ally, the next gen Rog Ally. 32, maybe they should have a second edition where you could get like 64 gigs. I would definitely buy the 64 gigs of RAM, because you can never have enough RAM, especially when you're gaming and if you want to use this as a computer and you want to multitask, because don't forget, this is a computer in your hand. You can put Microsoft Word, Excel, whatever on it, PowerPoint, do your banking, whatever. You can hook up a keyboard and mouse to it. It's a computer. It's a handheld computer with a screen, so you can do all that stuff too. But having enough memory, I know there's, like I said, other people will say differently. For me, and because I've been using computers since I was a little yee-high, noticing how much drive space, how much memory, things just run better. They run better, and you don't ever have to worry about it. Even if you don't use all that extra memory and stuff, it's good to have, because then you don't have to worry about it. And 64 gigs would be perfect for it. But like I said, if they come out with the next edition and it has 32 gigs, beautiful. If they have two different variants and they have one that has 64 gigs, of course I'm going to buy the 64 gig one. The next one, another thing on my wish list for the next Rog Ally, for the next gen one, I would hope they would do, but they don't have to do, and I don't think they probably won't do it, but utilize 2 M.2 drives. So I can pop in 2 full-size M.2 cards in the back of the unit on the next unit. Why not? It's got enough real estate. If they're going to keep the same form factor and stuff, look and form factor of the Rog Ally, sure, you got the board on top of there, but, you know, if you can utilize like 2 M.2 drives, I'm sure they can figure it out on the board. I would love that, because then not only could you put 2 full-size M.2 drives, you can have one 4 terabyte one, you can have another 4 terabyte one on there. That would mean you have 8 terabytes of M.2 drive space on there. 8 terabytes in a handheld to play your PC games, Game Pass games, all sorts of stuff. You can install so many games on that. That'd be beautiful. But that's just something on my wish list on that. If they just have one M.2 slot, who cares? Just as long as they do it like they did with the Rog Ally X, where I can put in full sticks of M.2 and I can just pop in the latest and greatest. Maybe the memory industry will start utilizing bigger, larger M.2 drives eventually. I know that's something that's you never really see, because, you know, regular SSDs, they never went past 4 terabytes either, because I don't know why. I think it just gets more expensive or whatnot. But you would think in the future we'd be able to get like an 8 terabyte M.2 drive in the future, or 12 or something. You know, maybe we'll see something larger in the near future of M.2 drives, because then, you know, it just gives me more room for the stuff I care about. Games. Battery life, sure, keep the 80 watts. If they want to pack in more, go ahead, but I don't really care about battery life. I know a lot of people do. I'm not one of those people. I'm just better off plugging it in anyways, because I'm near a power plug everywhere. I'm in my office here. I got it hooked up to a power plug. I can go out on my deck porch. I just plug it into the nearest power port, and like I said, I got these long, nice extension USB-C cables. That's all I need, folks. That's all I need. So primarily, it's just fine for me. But I know for a lot of people, they want to be unplugged. They want to just play games. Okay, but here's the thing, folks, and it doesn't matter if you buy a gaming laptop or you get one of these Rog Allys or any other device. You're going to end up needing to plug it in eventually, because none of these devices, none of these gaming laptops, anything, they all only go to like 1 or 2 hours. You know, I think the Steam Deck said they could go up to 8-ish, maybe. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's because they're running on Proton and Linux and everything else, and they're doing some weird stuff. But also, you know, Asus has been cranking out new updates and stuff to get the Rog Ally to run longer and better and utilize less power but run better and stuff. There's always improvements in that technology, but here's the thing. Until battery technology changes and they make a better battery technology, which they haven't done in many, many years, you know, they're still with lithium ion, and they're trying to get it so that they can get the next lithium ion to hold more and blow up less and stuff like that. It's not going to change for a while, I don't think. And until they do, unless if we can put in like a nuclear cell in these things, it's not going to be something that you're going to be taking around with you without a power plug. You're going to always need some kind of a power port to plug these suckers into. I'm sorry to say. It's not like a Switch or a Game Boy or something like that, or something like how the Vita and stuff was back in the day. Those ran on very little chipsets, and very little power was needed for those games to run. You know, like your Game Boys and stuff like that can run for weeks and weeks before needing new batteries and stuff like that. This is computer games and stuff. This is stuff that you play like on your Xboxes and PCs. So you're going to need that extra power. So people complaining about power all the time, I don't get it, because here's the thing. You got a major supercomputer in your hand here playing games. So you're never going to get that battery life. So people stop complaining about that, because you're never going to get it. You'll get better, but you're not going to get the best. So that's my thing on that. But otherwise, form factor, all that, if they want to turn the analog sticks and make them hollow effect sticks, they can do that if they want to. But these sticks haven't been a problem for me yet. There's no Joy-Con drift or anything like that of them. They run pretty good. And like I said, it's a solid device. Like I said, better CPU, GPU in there. Add a few more cores to each, make them run better, faster, smaller. Of course, that would be great. Definitely pack in 32 gigs of RAM on the next one, or 64 if my little heart can get that. And like I said, for the M.2 drive, make sure we can pop in your full sticks like they do with the Rog Ally X. That's what makes the Rog Ally X a little bit better than the Rog Ally, because you can pop in full M.2 sticks into that, which means you can pop in a 4 terabyte one, because they don't make the smaller ones at 4 terabyte, which if they did, I would have bought one, but they don't. So I got the 2 terabyte one, which is still not full. By the way, 2 terabytes in this thing, it's still not full. And I got emulators on there. I got all these games on there, as you can see, full-size games. I haven't needed to clear any space out yet, so I'm not really complaining. But, of course, more storage is always best. So they can do that. And like I said, my wish list, if they can add a secondary M.2 drive insert, so you can put in 2 M.2 drives in the next Rog Ally, that'd be cool. I would like that a lot. Otherwise, everything is good. If they want to pop in an OLED display on that sucker, they don't have to. I think this display works just fine. 500 nits of power. If they want to up the nits a little bit, they want to up it to 6 or 7 or 6 or 800 nits, they could do that. But 500 is just fine. Like I said, I could play this outside and I can see everything in bright conditions. But yes, a year in, the Rog Ally Z1 Extreme is still on the top of my list of saying, hey, get this if you want to play games portably on the go, and you want to play those Xbox Game Pass games, you want to play your Epic or Steam games or any other service, GOG games, whatever, the Rog Ally is for you. It is your portable device. It is my portable Xbox. Basically, it's my portable PC gaming device. I have a blast with this thing, and it runs emulated games pretty well once you get them working. It is. Yes, this video is still going to be super long, but I'm feeling better now that I actually got this stuff to work, because the first video I didn't get this stuff to work, so I'm pretty happy. Sorry that the video is going to be long, but hey, I want to give you guys the best information I can, and I wanted to give you my predictions and my final piece on to having this Rog Ally for 1 year. So happy 1 year anniversary, Asus and Rog Ally, because you got yourself a believer right here. I think it's good tech, and I'm going to go play some games now. So everybody, have a good day. And until next time, come to my website at OldFreakyGamer.com. That's where you can view any of these lovely videos and stuff. And you can listen to my podcast called the Games Attack Podcast, which is about video games and such. I got new ones coming out all the time, every other week, except for this week, which I had extra podcasts due to the fact that we have the Summer Game Fest and stuff, and Xbox showcases and Ubi Forwards and stuff like that this week. So there was a little extra podcasting going up. You can see any of my gaming videos on OldFreakyGamer.com, or you could go to YouTube.com/@OldFreakyGamer 2023, and that's where my channel is at. Or you could just go to YouTube.com and search OldFreakyGamer, and you'll get to my channel that way too. It's a lot easier than typing in that /@OldFreakyGamer 2023 bullshit. But that's just me. And thank you. Sign up. What should I say? Click click and join my channel on YouTube. It's free. You know, go to my website at OldFreakyGamer.com. Listen to the podcast. It's all free. I do this just for fun. It's my lifelong hobby, as I like to call it. And thank you again, folks, for 1 year of amazingness, because Old Freaky Gamer is also 1 year old as well, like the Rog Ally. And I'm going to go, as you're watching this video, I'm going to go and enjoy my my birthday cake and enjoy some extra gaming and relax, because it is my birthday today as this video comes out. And I'm going to be enjoying my older age. So everybody, this is Mr. Mike signing out saying game on. Game hard. World conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button, and the show is now game over. So everybody, live free, peace, and prosper. Sayonara.